Hello everyone, my name is Tomco and welcome back to another video. Now today, I'm going to be doing a tutorial for my most realistic multi-floor elevator that you can possibly make in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Now, here's a bit of a disclaimer. I'm not going to be doing an item list for this build just because of how many items it would be and the fact that it can be expanded to whatever height. Well, the maximum point is 256 blocks. Well, I think you all know why that is, but otherwise the list would just be like the whole video, and I don't think you want to see an hour of text, or it will literally take me like 3 hours to count it all out. So yeah, that's the reason why. Anyway, if you are building this in survival, then good for you. It's a massive challenge, give you something to do over isolation or quarantine or whatever you call it, wherever you are. So you just get tons of like comparators and redstone torches, everything that you think you'll need, just get tons of it, especially observers. However, for the most percentage of you actually taking on this build, you're going to be building it in creative. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So let's just get in with this absolutely mega tutorial. So the first thing that we are going to be building is the flying machine itself. And to do that, you want to place in 2 blocks of obsidian like so. Then on top of these obsidian blocks, you want to place in 2 pistons like so. And behind these, you want to place in 3 honey blocks here. And then 3 honey blocks here like so. You want to place in an observer which goes straight into this piston there, an observer right about there. Then you want to place an observer facing upwards, once again over on this side. Nope, that's, oh my goodness, this is difficult. Upwards, then place a piston facing inwards on both sides like so. Place a honey block next to this, then place 2 more honey blocks both sides, observer, and then you want to place a sticky piston on top of that one. So once again over this side, observer, sticky piston. Now we're going to swap sides and we want to place in 4 slime blocks like so. You want to place an observer on this second one here, and then we want to place in a piston facing inwards like so. Do this on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Observer facing downwards on this second slime block, then a piston facing inwards right about there. Then what you want to do is you want to come ahead and place an observer facing downwards into this piston just to the other side, so observer facing downwards like so. Then you want to come a slime block in. You want to put an observer which makes it facing into that slime block like so. Do this to the side, so observer facing you like so, and then you want to place a piston down at the end of the slime block over here. Do this to the other side, so as you can see, these 2 pistons are in line with each other, and so are these 2 pistons. Then you want to come a block up. This is just a temporary block, and you want to place 2 slime blocks like this, so it should all be too wide so far. Destroy those 2 blocks. And you want to place in, and to fill in your floor here. So it's going to be the floor of the actual elevator. This is going to be the walls of the elevator. Then place in your honey blocks like so. Then this is going to be your ceiling. So now you can just fill in these last sticky pistons like so. So then what you want to do, bearing in mind this is the front of the elevator, so where these pistons are is the front. You want to first place in 2 solid blocks here. Place in another 2 in front of that, and then as you can see where this middle bit is, you want to come 2 blocks away on both sides, so it makes this sort of shape like so. You want to place in 2 sticky pistons here, and then 2 sticky pistons on the other side. Put blocks both in front of their faces. Destroy these 2 blocks underneath. Then just place in a block there. Put some redstone dust on top of that over here. Same again. Then you need to come out 2 blocks like so, so it looks something like that, so an L shape with a block taken out in the middle of it. And you want to place in a redstone torch on this block like so. Destroy the block which is underneath that. So do the same over here, so it looks something along the lines of this. Then you want to place in a block over here, and place in a glazed terracotta block or a block which doesn't stick to slime blocks. You want to place in a repeater going into that block with a redstone torch behind it. Now do this to the other side. So a block, redstone repeater, redstone torch, block. Then in between these two blocks here, you want to place a block, and you want to set that a repeater set to 2 ticks. And now this door should have retracted. Do this to the other side. So let's go. A block and then a 2 tick repeater like so. So then what you want to do is you want to replace these 2 blocks with upper half slabs, and you want to place in these 2 blocks like so. Then come 1 block down from this block and then do this to the other side like so. So it's a bit like a diagonal. Place 2 pieces of redstone dust on that. Then taking exactly from that redstone dust, you want a sticky piston with an observer in front of its face like so. Then you want to place it like a circle or block. So this block with the redstone dust on here is part of that circle. So as you can see, it's like a circle. Place a piece of redstone dust in the middle of that circle. Then on the other side, what you want to do is place a sticky piston so it's still connected to the redstone, and you want to place an observer in front of that. Come out 2 blocks, destroy that block. This has to be a block which isn't stickable. Put redstone dust on top of that. Then what you want to do is, coming from these 2 blocks here, the top one, you want to place a block like this. Now bear in mind this is the bottom floor. I'm going to make this 4 floors high, and the 2 middle floors are exactly the same. They are all the same, going all the way up, and the bottom one and the top ones are the most simplest ones to do. So once you have this block here, you want to come out another 10 blocks. So in total it should be 11 blocks. So this is 1 block, 2 blocks, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So now on the floor that you are on, you want to place in your first different colour block. So this is going to be the button which you press to call the elevator. And then how many floors you have to make for the elevator. So this is floor number 1. So this corresponds to this floor which we are on right now. And because I'm making it 4 floors tall, I need to add another 3 buttons, which makes that 4 floors in total. So this is the first floor, this is the call button, this is your second floor, this is your third, and then this is your 4th. Like so. So bear that in mind. So how many floors you're going to have, you want to add as many as the same amount as buttons, and they all have to start 11 blocks after this here. So then what you want to do is you want to, behind this green block here, whatever block you have made it to, you want to place in a block, and you want to place a repeater. You want to set that to 1 tick, and you want to come a block up and then a block to the side, destroy that middle block. Then you want to place in a 4 tick delay repeater. Now all the buttons after the floor you are on, so let's say, so all the buttons after your original button, so your first floor button, or the ones you have done in a different block, which is what I have done, you want to place in observers facing downwards like so. This is important as the only one which is this way to the button which floor you are on. So only the buttons after this green block, so only these 3 should have observers underneath them. This is really, really important, otherwise it'll just break your whole door. So bear that in mind. Then you just want to carry on as normal. So place in your 1 tick delay repeaters, your blocks, and then carry on with your 4 tick delay repeaters like so. Then what you want to do is come under here like so. You want to come 2 blocks down, destroy the block, and you want to place in redstone dust here. Then you want to come it all the way under the button, so all the way under the buttons, and then 1 extra like so. Then you want to make a circle shape again, so add in 2 blocks up like so, 1 block down. Then you want to add a comparator here, put redstone dust on top of that like so. Then what you want to do is, coming off this redstone line, you want to place a block, a repeater, oops. Then you want to place a block here, put some redstone dust on top of it. You want to come 2 blocks out, place 2 comparators, come 2 blocks across, put redstone on top of them, then 2 more comparators in, put a block in front of that like so. Destroy this block and put a redstone torch to the side of it. Place a sticky piston underneath it, if I can get to it. Place an observer in front of that, then come down 2 blocks and place 2 4-tick delay repeaters there. So then what you want to do is, in front of all these 4-tick delay repeaters, you want to place 1 block up like so, and you want to do this for all of them, so all of them have 1 block in front of them. You want to come 2 blocks down, destroy the middle block, and then once again come out all the way along, but this time you want to place in redstone dust underneath here. Then over by this redstone dust you want to come a block up, put a redstone torch here. Now bear in mind this is the selector systems for these whole floors, so then you want to place a block above that, then a redstone torch like so, a block above the redstone torch, a block to the side, redstone dust on top of that, another block, more redstone dust like so. Then you want to come back down, you want to place in more blocks underneath, so like there, so it's another like a little circle. Then 4-tick delay repeaters on these blocks in front of them. Hey, you're meant to be 4-tick, naughty repeater. Put pistons on top of all those blocks so it looks like this from the side so far. Then you want to come ahead and place redstone blocks on top of all of those, and then if you can, you want to place a piston facing downwards like so, and then carry on this redstone trail going along all of those like so. So now what you want to do is, where you have this pillar here, we're using this for everything as it's really useful, you want to come ahead and come up 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the 7 blocks you want to come up 2 blocks and then also 1 half slab to the side like so, and then destroy all of these 7 blocks like here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. So now you have the start of the second layer. Now this can go higher, it doesn't have to be this close together, however this is the minimum distance they can go. It can go up to a maximum distance, they can all be different if you want to, but they have to be at least 7 blocks apart, otherwise it'll just be too close together, all the redstone would be jumbled together and that's not good. So now that we have made this new layer, you want to come out another half slab, and then you have this shape again. Then what you want to do, you want to place in 2 more blocks here. You want to place in 2 blocks to the side and then 2 blocks to the side with sticky piston, blocks in front of that, destroy those, blocks in front of that, destroy those, blocks behind it. Now you're probably recognizing this, and that is a good thing. Redstone torch there, and then a redstone torch here. You're probably recognizing this from this circuit over here, and that's because it is exactly the same, but like the redstone is not exactly the same there. So I've already made a mistake by accident, of course, and you want to move this redstone torch over here, but now it has to be a non-stickable block, so just move it over here like so. So it used to be over here, basically you're just flipping it around, you're going from here to here, just move it like that. So there we go. Then you want to come behind it and then to the side, you want to place a redstone block there, just some redstone there like so. Then you want to come a block and then 2 blocks like so. This one you want a repeater on, set that just to 1 tick, it really doesn't matter. Put a redstone torch behind it, then same to the other side, so temporary block, 2 non-stickable blocks, redstone repeater, redstone torch. Should be looking like this. Then what you want to do is come block out, and you want to place a piston here, so it is right about there. You want to place a temporary block and then another piston, destroy that block. Then you want to come 2 blocks out like so. You want to place a sticky piston, grab yourself an observer. There we go. And you want to place an observer facing away from your build. There. Like about so. Do this to the other side. So, a block, piston, temporary block, piston. Destroy those 2 blocks. 2 more blocks like here. Sticky piston, observer facing away from the elevator. There we go. So then what you want to do is you want to place a block just behind this piston like so. A block up from that block and a block down. Destroy that block. You want to place in some redstone dust on top of that. Some redstone on top of that. Then you want to make this circular shape again. You know how to do this by now. Like so. Put redstone on the top blocks, however, leave this one clear of redstone, and you want to place a comparator. Make sure it is facing this observer here. Do not place it facing this way, it has to be facing the observer. So once again, do this to the other side. So a block up, block down, destroy the middle block, redstone, redstone, circular shape. Oh my goodness, that is not a circle. Nope, circular shape, there we go. So here it should be looking like that from the side. Redstone comparator. So the circular redstone dot is facing the observer, that's important. Put redstone dust on top of those, like so. Then you want to come around here and you want to place a sticky piston where this redstone dust in. You want to create a sticky piston here with an observer here, like so. So sticky piston, observer, and then over here you want to place a sticky piston, observer, like so. Then you want to get yourself some blocks. You want to come out 2 blocks like so. Redstone block, 2 tick delay repeater. Destroy this one. Sticky piston, observer in front of it, and then a non-stickable block in front of that, like so. Then you want to put a redstone torch up, a block, another block there, some redstone dust. You want to place a repeater, set that to 4 ticks, and then a redstone torch there. Now that should make everything go off, however that is completely fine. Actually what you want to do is you just want to change that redstone repeater to 1 tick. It wasn't meant to be 4 ticks, it's meant to be 1 tick. So then do this to the other side. So a block, a sticky piston, observer in front of it, so the redstone is going into that sticky piston, and then the sticky piston is going to fire this observer. 2 blocks in front of it, redstone dust, like so. Block, put a repeater set to 2 ticks in front of that, a sticky piston in front of that, an observer which is facing, so the circular bit of the observer is facing the redstone torch. Place a non-stickable block next to it, like so. Redstone torch, a block, 2 blocks forward, a repeater set to 1 tick, redstone dust, and then a redstone torch. That will make everything go off, however that is completely fine, it is meant to. Then you want to place a sticky piston here, facing upwards, like so. Then you want to come up 2 blocks, destroy this middle block here, put a redstone torch on that. Then you want to come down a block, and you want to get yourself a hopper. Let me just go grab myself a hopper. Where is a hopper? I'm building about here, so there we go. Then you want to get yourself a hopper, put a hopper facing into that block, destroy the block, then put another hopper facing into that hopper. So when you put an item, actually no, you want to put some redstone dust on top of that hopper, like so. Then you want to put an item in this hopper which is underneath the redstone torch. Then you want to place a block up so it's like a diagonal all the way through. You want to place a comparator here. You want to put a redstone dust on top of that sticky piston, like so. Then you want to come ahead and place a sticky piston on top of this normal piston, and then put a block there like so. So do this to the other side. So 2 blocks up, redstone torch, block underneath the redstone torch, hopper going into that hopper, another hopper going into that hopper, redstone dust on top of this hopper which doesn't have the redstone torch above it, and then a block down, block to the right, destroy this block as it's no longer needed, redstone comparator, redstone dust on top of the sticky piston, and then you want to place a sticky piston and then a block there. So this is what it should be looking like so far. Then what you want to do is underneath these 2 half slabs here, you want to place in 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here, destroy these 2 middle blocks as they are no longer needed. You want to put redstone dust on top of those like so. Then you want to come a redstone dust down like so. So it looks like an L shape. If you all know, you can't do that in Minecraft, but you know what I mean. So 2 blocks, miss a block, down a block, put redstone dust on top of all of those. Then you want to place a sticky piston facing this direction, put an observer facing this same direction. Do it to the other side, so sticky piston, observer both facing towards you. Then you want to come out 2 blocks, destroy the middle block. Come out 2 blocks, destroy that block. Then you want to come down with a non-stickable block, and you want to place a repeater going into the nothingness of the void right now. Do this to the other side, so down a block and then a repeater coming away from that block like so. Then carrying on from here, you want to place 2 blocks like so, and then you want to place in 2 4-tick delay repeaters. Do this to the other side. So 2 4-tick delay repeaters. Then you want to come up a block, you want to place a redstone torch, come up a block. Actually no, you have to destroy all this, did it wrong again. So then what you want to do is you want to come a block out here like so. Oops, let me just place in that back. Then you want to place a redstone dust on top of this, 2 blocks, repeaters both set to 4-ticks. Do this to the other side. So a block, redstone repeater, redstone dust, 2 redstone repeaters both set to 4-ticks. Then you want to come a block up. You want to place a redstone torch on top of that. A block, a redstone torch, a block, a redstone torch, and then finish it off with a block. So it should look a bit like this on one side. You want to go ahead and repeat that on the other side. So a block, a redstone torch, a block, a redstone torch, a block, a redstone torch, a block. So it should be looking a bit like this from the front. Then what you want to do is come and place a sticky piston on top of that block with a observer on it. Place a block, place a glass block, place 2 tick delay repeaters on both of these like so. Block in front of it, a block to the side, destroy this middle block here. Then you want to place in a block that's just temporary. You want to place in a sticky piston like so, and then you want to actually destroy this because you need to place an observer from here, place it back, and then another 4-tick delay repeater. So do this to the other side. So piston, observer, block. We can just leave this clear for now. Block up, block to the side, destroy this block here, piece of redstone dust, block up, sticky piston, destroy this block, then place an observer, place your glass block back in, and then place your repeater back in like so. Then what you want to do is where you have this block here above the redstone torch, you want to place a block here. You want to place in 2 blocks there. Put redstone repeaters both set to 2 4-ticks on top of those. Do to the other side. So where the sticky piston is and where this off torch is, 2 blocks, both with a 4-tick delay repeaters on them. A block up behind that, you want to put redstone dust on top of this block. A block up behind this, you want to put redstone dust on top of that. A block on top of these redstone dusts. A block to the side, so crouch and place it. A redstone repeater. another redstone repeater, a block, then you want to place in a sticky piston here, put an observer facing downwards so it looks like it's facing straight into that redstone repeater. Do to the other side, so a block, and then an observer facing downwards. So it should be looking like something like this. From the front, if you need to, you can pause this video to make sure you have all the right timings needed. So then what you want to do, if you want to come up 4 blocks from this top of the door here, so 1, 2, 3, then 4, destroy these 3 blocks before the 4th. On this 4th, you want to place in redstone dust. You want to come down either side like so, so it makes like a little triangle thing. You want to put a redstone repeater here, a redstone repeater here. Then on this side you want to place in 2 blocks like this, put redstone dust both on top of those. However, on this side you want to come all the way along here like so, put redstone dust on top of all of those like so. Then what you want to do, you want to place in another block here, put more redstone dust on top of that. Then you want to come a block up like so, sticky piston, observer, then you want to come a block like so, and you want to come a block up from here like so, place a redstone repeater on that block, do the same over here, so a non-stickable block, redstone repeater, and then you want to come a block down like so, then a block up once again, come all the way along here, then finish it off with a block down like so. Then you want to put redstone dust on top of all of those. So it should be looking something like this from the back. So then what you want to come ahead and do, if you want to find out where this redstone torch is, so this redstone torch here, which is connected to this repeater, and then with the piston below it, you want to find this torch. And what you want to do, you want to place a block down, a block to the left, destroy this block, and you want to place in a piece of redstone dust here, so it's right next to this redstone torch here. Then you want to come down, you want to come across 4 blocks. On these first 3 blocks you want to place in redstone repeaters like so, and then on this block you want to come a block up like so, put redstone dust on top of this, then come another 3 blocks like so, put redstone repeaters all set to 4 ticks on top of those. Then do this to the other side. So find out where your redstone torch is, come a block down, put redstone dust there, come out 3 blocks, put 3 4-tick delay repeaters on top of those, come a block up, piece of redstone dust, and then 3 more 4-tick delay repeaters like so. Then what you want to do, if you want to come a block up, you want to place a block, put some redstone dust on top of that, then you want to come a block up like so, put a piece of redstone dust on top of that. You want to place a glass block here with a block like so, so it looks a bit like this. You want to come out another 2 blocks, put 4-tick delay repeaters on all of them like so. So then come ahead and do this to the other side, so a block behind, redstone dust on top of that, a block up, redstone dust, glass block, solid block, 2 more solid blocks, all have 4-tick delay repeaters on them. You want to come a block up behind this, and then a block, you want to put a redstone repeater on that, set that to 1 tick, and then you want to make a kind of T shape behind this, put redstone dust on top of all of that like so. Then what you want to do, if you want to place it in blocks running all the way along over here, then on this side you want to do the same, so block up, block behind, redstone repeater, but this time you just want to have redstone. Then where you see this is, you want to come a block up, then place 2 redstone dust, a block up, destroy this block, repeater, then run a redstone going all along here until you get to this redstone torch, block up, repeater, then you want to come a block up to stop the redstone dust connecting, place some redstone here like so. Then where you have this, you want to come 3 blocks up like so, place redstone on all of the tops of these, come around to the other side, place redstone dust there, like so, so make it go up diagonally, put redstone dust on top of all of them. So you want to come back, and where you should have redstone dust on top of this sticky piston, and what you want to do is you want to place another block on top of that, a block to the side it, place a 3-tick delay repeater like so, a block, put some redstone dust on top of that like so. Then where you have this redstone dust here, you want to come up a block like so, then you want to come up a block on this side like so. Then what you want to do is you want to come out, you want to have a repeater, then you want to come a block up, and you want to put redstone dust in front of this like so. Then what you want to do, you want to place a redstone torch on this block, you want to have a sticky piston in front of it, put an observer in front of the sticky piston, come a block down, come a block to the left, then you want to have a 4-tick delay repeater coming out of that, a block up, a block to the left, a 4-tick delay repeater, block up, and then a block to the left again, and you want to have the 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to come 4 blocks out, put a redstone repeater set to 4 ticks on all of those like so. Then on this last block here, you want to put a block up, so it looks like this from the top. So then what you want to do is you want to place a block on top of this sticky piston, and you want to place in 2 more blocks like so. Place redstone repeaters all set to 1 ticks on top of those, a block behind it, and then a block up like so. So, and put redstone dust on top of those 2 blocks there. Then over here you want to come a block up, put redstone dust on top of those, a block, a redstone repeater, a block up, and then a redstone torch, so that should make that sticky piston go forward. So now to the other side, a block up, a redstone dust on top of that, a redstone torch, sticky piston, observer, block, 4 ticks, block up, a block to the right, destroy that block, 4 ticks, block up, block to the right, destroy that. Then you want to come out 1, 2, 3 blocks, place a block up there, and put 4 redstone repeaters all set to 4 tick along those like so. So it should be looking like this. Please note that these 2 sides are different, so don't build with this side over there and this side over there, otherwise it will break and won't work. So then similar to this bottom floor, you want to come out and you want to go 11 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now what you want to do is you want to find the floor you are on in the button. So this is now the first floor, and the floor which we are on is the second floor, so you want to make this button a different colour, and then you want to add the other 2 floors like so. So every floor that you are on, you want to make that button a different colour. So for example, this first floor, the button's green. As you can see, this is the first button and it is on the first floor, that's why it's green. Then on this second button, second floor even, this button's gone back to being normal, and then the second floor's button is green because that's the floor you are on. Then so now what you want to do is you want to repeat exactly what I've just done for this whole level on the next floor until you have done all the middle floors. Do not do it for the top floor, leave the top floor out for now, just repeat this one on top of each other, leave at least 7 blocks. So these 2 slabs would be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So these 2 slabs would be there on the second floor. So just bear that in mind. It has to be at least 7 blocks above this bit here. It can be taller than that and it can be shorter, so just bear that in mind when building it. do not make it any shorter than 7 blocks, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 blocks in total between. Let me just get that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So it's 8 blocks between each floor. So where there's half slabs, another 8 blocks, and that's where you can start it again. Make sure that it's at least minimum 8 blocks, maximum whatever height you want. Do this for all the middle floors apart from the top one. Once you are done that, carry on. Also, please note that these hoppers on all the floors, they have to have an item in. It can be any item in, but you have to place it in the hopper which is below the redstone torch. It has to have an item in here, like so. It can't be in this one, it has to be in this hopper, which is the one which underneath the redstone torch. I think I did it for this side, but I think I just forgot to do it to the other side, so just bear that in mind when building them. So once your elevator is starting to look something on the lines of this, where you have all the middle sections you need, all you have to do now is finish doing the top section. So I'm just going to show you how to do that now. Let's just take a look at the bottom and see what I've done. So as you can see, I've slowly made the green one go up by 1 every time. So now, just so you didn't get confused, so the green one's on this one, this is on the first layer because it's on the first layer, second layer and the third layer. As you can see, it goes up, so I would just recommend you do this, as that would help you remember which button it is, which is the call button for your elevator. So now what you want to do is you want to go up 12 blocks once again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you can just place in your half slabs, which you were doing before, and build this bit. Like so. So destroy these blocks as they are no longer needed. There we go. Then get yourself your pistons, your redstone. Then what you want to do, like normal, you want to come 2 blocks out. 2 blocks out here. Come out 2 blocks here as well. Place 2 sticky pistons facing inwards, 2 sticky pistons. Blocks on their face. Destroy these 2 bottom blocks. Want to place a block here, put some redstone dust in it, and block over here, put some redstone dust on that. So then what you want to do, if you want to come across 1, up 2 and place your torch here, across 1, up 2, place your torch here, destroy these 2 blocks as they aren't needed. Let me just get, then place a 2-tick repeater going into that torch, leave a block, then come 2 blocks out. These have to be glazed terracotta or non-stickable blocks, redstone repeater, and then a redstone torch behind that. Do to the other side. So down a block, 2-tick repeater, temporary block, 2 non-stickable blocks, repeater, torch. Destroy these 2 blocks as they aren't needed. Then what you want to do is come up 2 blocks above these torches, like so. Destroy this bottom block, place redstone on both of these blocks, come up another block, place redstone on that, come up another block, place redstone on that. Then you want to come out 2, once again out 2, and you want to connect them together like so. Then you want to get yourself some obsidian. You need 2 pieces. And you want to place some obsidian here. So where this sticky piston head is, you want to place it in that row, and you want to come up by 1 here. Then once you got that one, you want to come across 2 and place it here like so. Then you want to replace this redstone dust with a block. You want to come out a block like so. You want to place a repeater going into that block, and then a repeater going that. All of those should be 1 ticks. So it looks a bit like this from the top, a bit like a smiley face. So then, like normal, you want to come out 11 blocks. You want to come out 1 to the side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then place in a different colour block. So I'm just using quartz as it's like similar to the white. So 1, 2, 3, and then the last one's going to be the green block because that's the floor that I'm on. Then place in all your buttons like so. So now what you want to do is you want to become behind all these buttons, and all of the buttons towards that are right after this green block, you want to have an observer under them, and all of them that are the green block or not the green block to the left of it, they just have a normal solid block. So for this floor, as you can see, we're on the second floor, so all the floors after the second floor, they need to have an observer like here. However, the green block and the block to the left of it, they do not need to have an observer, so it should look a bit like this. Then just place the redstone repeaters on all of these. This is so you know when you press one of these two buttons, it knows that the elevator needs to go up. That's how this all works. So you want to do that for every floor. So let me just show you how to do it for this floor. As you can see, so all the buttons after the green, to the right of the green even, they need to have an observer under it. So this one has to have an observer facing downwards under it, and then all of these ones are solid blocks. So how this works is, because if you're pressing it after the green block, that means you have to go up. That's how that pretty much works. And for this layer, because we're at the top, there's none of them that can go up, which means that they all just have to be normal solid blocks like so, with no observers underneath them like so. So then what you want to come ahead and do is you want to have it so all of the buttons to the left of the green blocks, they have an observer on them. So the bottom floor, there's no buttons to the left of the green block. You do not put an observer on the green block or anything on it, and just skip it completely. So for this layer, as you can see, there's only one button to the left of the green block, so you put one observer above it like so. And then for the third floor, as you can see, there's two buttons next to the green blocks, so you put observers on both of those. Then for the final layer, the top level layer, there is nothing above it, so you put 3 on all of those 3. Leave the green blocks out. As you can see, there's no observers on any of the green blocks, is there? And the top or the bottom, so do not put one on the green block. Otherwise, when you call the elevator, you will just send the elevator up, and that is no good fun. As you can see, there's nothing on the green one. So then what you want to do is you want to come down to all your layers. You want to come down 2 blocks from these observers, so 1, 2. Then you want to have blocks going all the way along, so all 4 of these blocks like so, 1 extra on the edge, and then 1 piece, and then 1 like that. So it's a bit like a tick. You want to put redstone on all of those like so. Then for this one, you want to make an O shape once again, so a nice O shape like so. You want to place a comparator, put redstone on top of these 2 blocks like so. You want to place another block and put a repeater set to 1 ticks on that. So then you want to place another block after this repeater, and you want to come out and you want to place a 3x2 area, so 3 blocks along and then another block to the left. You want to place in 2 comparators here like so. Put redstone on these 2 blocks and then another 2 comparator, and you put a block up from this comparator like so. Then what you want to do is place a redstone torch on this side of this block. Come 2 blocks down from the redstone torch, place redstone dust on this block. Then you want to have a sticky piston right next to the redstone dust like so, with an observer in front of it. Come down a block to the right a block, you want to place a redstone repeater, just set that to 1 tick like so. You want to come up and then you want to come down, place redstone dust on this, come down another block, come to the left of that block, place some redstone here. Then you want to come all the way along until you hit this block, and in this case you want to place a redstone repeater, then a redstone repeater behind it, set that to 4 ticks, and put redstone dust all along that like so. So do this to all your layers. So once again, 2 blocks down from the observer, going all the way across, and then like this, so it's like a tick, redstone dust. Then you want to make your O shape. You want to put your comparator down, your repeater, and then your 3x2 area, redstone dust, 2 comparators, 2 more pieces of redstone, block in front of this comparator with a redstone torch at the side, 2 blocks down, destroy this top block, put redstone dust on top of that block, temporary block, sticky piston, destroy this temporary block, observer. Then what you want to do is you want to come a block up and then a block down, destroy the middle block, put some redstone dust on it, block down, block to the side again, redstone dust, run this all the way along until you hit this. Redstone repeater set to 1 tick, then redstone repeater set to 2 ticks, and run redstone all along this like so, and do that for all your middle sections. However, the top one you don't have to do that for. So now what you want to do is you want to come back to all the middle sections and you want to place in a piece of redstone dust on top of all your observers, and then you want to come a block to the side of that, piece of redstone dust on top of that. Then you want to make your O shape once again, put redstone dust on top of this, and then put a comparator like so. Then you want to come a block out from this block, put a redstone repeater on there like so. Come a block up in front of that redstone repeater, come 3 blocks out, another 3 blocks like so. Then a block up here, put redstone dust on this block and these 2 blocks. 2 comparators facing this way, and then 2 comparators facing this way. Then place redstone torch at the end of this. Put a sticky piston facing upwards with an observer on its face, facing towards this way. You want to place a block down and you want to put a redstone repeater on that block. Then you want to put a block in front of that redstone repeater, a block down and a block to the side, and you want to drag these blocks all the way along here until you get to this redstone dust. And what you want to do is you want to place a block above that, place a 4-tick delay repeater here, and then just take the redstone dust all the way along here, putting redstone dust on everything. There we go. So then do this to all the layers. So once again, you place redstone dust on all these observers, you place one to the side like so, you make your little circle, you put a comparator in the middle of it, place the redstone dust on top, a block, repeater, a block up in front of the repeater, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a block up here like so. Put some redstone dust to the side of that, another 2 pieces of redstone dust, 2 comparators going this way, 2 comparators going this way, redstone torch, sticky piston, an observer facing this way, repeater, a block up in front of that, then redstone dust all the way along until you hit this piece of redstone dust, and when you hit this you want to place a block above it. 4-tick delay repeater, put redstone dust on top of all of that. Then finally this last layer here, so redstone dust, block, circle, comparator in the middle, redstone dust on the top, block to the side, repeater, block up, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, redstone, 2 pieces of redstone, 2 comparators facing this way, and then 2 comparators facing this way, redstone torch, sticky piston, observer, redstone repeater, block up, redstone dust all the way along. However, this time you want to connect it to this redstone repeater and you want to set that to 4 ticks. There we go. So now what you want to do, and you want to do this on every floor apart from the bottom floor, is you want to place blocks in front of these repeaters. So the repeaters which are behind the pistons, you want to place a row of blocks, then a row of sticky pistons, put some observers on the sticky piston's face, leave a block, put some pistons, destroy the block, leave another block, put some observers facing downwards, and then you want to do this for every single level. So do this for this level. Oops, let me just repair that. Sticky pistons, observers, leave a block, pistons, block, observers, oops, and I forgot the top layer, sticky pistons, observers, pistons, observers. So now you have to connect all of these with each other. This is very simple. All you have to do is carry on these observers going downwards, so all the way observers like so. Do this for all of them. So observers, observers, observers. Then you go to the next level. And then you keep on doing this until you have made it all the way down. So there we go. So now we just have to simply connect these to these blocks here. Then place in your repeaters back. So now what this will do is every time we activate. So now what we have here is every time we activate one of these buttons, a different redstone block will go up. So for example, if we activate this button here, as you can see, that redstone block goes up. However, if we activate this level, as you can see, that one turns off and the other one turns on. And then if we activate this level at the top, once again, that one swaps, the other one turns on, and then we can activate this level. And you can see what I mean by the all swap. And yeah, so that is the level detection done. Now we just have to link this up to the actual mechanisms. So what you want to do is you just want to go down here and you want to activate this piece of redstone dust, and as you can see, that will reset everything. So what you want to do is you want to have outputs coming off all the middle blocks. So you don't want anything coming off this block, so there's just no point. You don't want anything coming off this block, so this is going to be the bottom layer, this is going to be the top layer. However, they do not matter, you don't need anything about those. All you need to put blocks here for are the middle layers. So once you've got your blocks out for the middle layers, you want to take a redstone repeater output from them, like so, and then you want to start yourself a torch tower. And what you want to do is you want to link up the right floor, a torch tower, you want to link up the right floor to the right level. So this is the bottom layer here, this is the second one, this is the third layer, this is the fourth, and so on. That's how it runs up. So make sure you link them up to the right one. So I'm just going to do both my layers here. So this is the second layer, so I have to link this up to the second layer. And what you want to do, you want to leave the output so it's on, so it is on and not off. So even if you have it like so it's off here, just link it up to another redstone torch. Actually no, make sure this doesn't activate anything above it. So there we go, link it up to another redstone torch, like so. So now that level is linked up. As you can see, the redstone torch goes from here and it goes straight into this level. So do this for all the middle layers. Let's just do it again for the third layer. So you go upwards until you get, oh, and you want to link it up to this line here. So the line which goes into these repeaters, like so, all the triplet ones. So yeah, you want to link it up to where this T thing is that we linked before. So this piece of redstone dust in every layer, it should have one, you just want to link it up to there. So let's just carry on with these redstone torches going upwards. So we are here. So now we can just take it off and let it go straight into this, like so. So it should be looking like this. Don't worry about the first and top floors, as you don't need to do this for them. So I have just noticed that this redstone dust is not here, so just make sure that is there, and there we go. So now you just want to make sure that all these observers are attracted and that the items in these hoppers are making this comparators on. So you just want to go around and check that the observers are retracted and the comparators are on. If they aren't on, then all you have to do is take an item from this observer, from this hopper, and put it into there. just that is fine, but it looks like that they are all working absolutely fine, so there's no need to worry about those. So now this pretty thing should be working. However, we just have to do the call function now. Right now we can work the elevator, however there is no call function. So if you are on the, let's say the elevator's on this floor, and if you're on this floor, then you're absolutely screwed. There's nothing that you can do about it. So we're just gonna do that right now. So now we have the hardest part of the whole door. It's the call function. Now this is difficult. This is just a warning. It is very difficult. So if you have any questions or the stuck or whatsoever, then please do let me know in the comments. This is not just a way to get more comments. This is really difficult to do, as it isn't just me giving you guys a tutorial. You do have to use a tiny bit of drainage. Yes, so bear that in mind. However, I'm going to try and make it as easy as possible. However, don't feel bad if you can't do it. If you can't do it, then let me know in the comments and I'll try to figure it out for you. But this is pretty hard. So if you do this, then good job. So what you want to do is on every green level, so every middle level that has a green, you want to, from starting from the bottom middle level all the way to the top, you want to eventually add more yellow blocks. So what you want to do, because this is only the second level, we add one yellow block, and then on this third level we add 2 yellow blocks. And let's say we had another fourth level of the middle, we would add 3. If we had 5 middle levels, we would add 4, and so on. So as you can see, this is the second level, this only has 1, but the third level has 2. So do that for every single one. Then what you want to do is every single level which is above the first 2 levels and below the top level, so every single level which is either 3, minimum 3rd level, and then the maximum is the level before your top one. So every single level after the top, after the second level, you want to do this too. So this is the 3rd level here. So what you want to do, you want to place a block up next to this redstone dust here, a block behind it, and a repeater going into that block. Put a block behind this repeater, and then you want to have a redstone line going as long as your 4 buttons, or how many buttons you have. So as wide as this, basically. You want to do that one. So do that. So now we're going to go from the top and we're going to make our way down to doing the call function for each level. So what you want to do on the top floor is you want to have a sticky piston, an observer in front of it like so. Come out 2 blocks, destroy this first block, come down a block, place a sticky piston with a block in front of it like so. Then you want to go an observer trail down, and you want to connect this to all the floors below the floor which you are on. So all the floors which are below the top floor, you want to connect this to. So what you want to do is you want to come all the way down like so. And then when you hit one of these yellow circuits, or one of the yellow circuits which are activated to the orange circuit, you want to first place a block here, and then you want to come an observer facing backwards, going down and around, and then you want to do this until you hit another one of these circuits. But if you only have 4 floors like I do now, then just wait a minute and don't hook it up to anything yet. So what you want to do is you want to place a block next to this piston, put a redstone repeater here like so, place blocks behind it, place all 3 blocks behind it so it's in line with these pistons, put blocks above that like so, put a redstone dust on this block, redstone repeater here, and then piece of redstone dust behind that. Now if you only have 3 floors and it only goes to here, you still need to place in these 2 pieces of redstone dust. That is important, you still need to do that. However, if you only have 4 floors like me, then that is absolutely fine. So then you can just carry on and place redstone dust on these top ones like here, but you want to make sure that this redstone dust is covered like that. There we go. So now we can carry on going down like so. But because this is the fourth circuit, we just have to link up like so. So we just take an observer going down like this. So now we're going to move on to do the third circuit. So now this is where it gets a bit more complicated, and what you want to do is you want to destroy the two observers in line with the green circuit. This is on the third floor, so it's the third button along. So you want to destroy the first two top observers. Then you want to make your way around to the back, and where this observer no longer goes, you want an observer coming out of that. Then you place an observer to the left of it. Then you want to come all the way down until these two observers are in line with each other. You want to come an observer to the side, and then an observer downwards, and put a block in front of that. So now, as you can see, we have some room in the back of here. And what you want to do, you want to have a sticky piston coming off of this, put an observer in the front of it, come 2 blocks, destroy the first block that you placed, place a sticky piston below it and a sticky piston above it, put blocks in front of both their faces, like so. So once you have this set up, you want to place a temporary block here. You want to come up 2 observers, destroy this block. You want to get yourself a normal piston. You want to place a normal piston here, and then you want to come up, and then you want to come up to all the levels which are there. So for this one, because it's the third floor and I've only got 4 floors, this will just go straight up into here, where I can take a redstone line, and you want to hook it up straight into these. This is only for the top one though. So if your top circuit is straight after the one you just done, then you just want to hook it into it like this. And then going downwards, what you want to do is you just want to hook it up to all of the ones which are below it. So let's say you're going down and the next one also has one of these to the side. You just want to hook it into that. Then keep on going down. Then when you get to here, you just want to place a block here, like so. Don't make it go all the way down like this one did. Just put a block there. So now for the second floor, just like we did before, destroy these 2 blocks. Put a block behind it, a block to the side, and then observers all the way down until they are in line with each other. Another block to the side, another block down, and then a block to connect it to the piston. Then once again you want to put a sticky piston here, an observer in front of it, 2 blocks, destroy this first block, sticky piston, sticky piston. Now if this is also your second floor, then all you have to do is this, just like so, go down an observer here and just place a block in front of that. So that is only for when you get to the bottom floor. However, now we have to do it going up. So once again, temporary block, place 2 observers, destroy this first block, place a piston here, another temporary block, and then we go up like this. And then now, as you can see, we get to here, and what you want to do is you want to place an observer here like so, so it connects to it. Then you want to place an observer behind it, go up, and then you want to place an observer here. You can place this observer backwards, back even. And then you just want to go up until another floor. So let's say you have another one of these again, then you just have to repeat that, and you want to do that for every single one that is above until you get to the top layer, where all you have to do is just observer up and then place a piece of redstone on it. So now for the final layer of this, it is the bottom layer. Now this is a little bit different. So what you want to do is you want to remove this observer here. You want to come out 2 observers, and then you want to come down straight into this redstone repeater like so. Then you want to take an output from this, and you want to go up a block, place redstone on both of those with a block in front of it like so. And then you want to place a sticky piston to the side of that block with an observer in front of it, a repeater here and a repeater here, and then put a block in front of that like so. And then you just carry on with your observers going upwards, as there's nothing below the bottom floor, so you can just go up. And then once again, when you hit one of these, just go straight into it like so. An observer to the side of it, 1, 2, 3 observers upwards, and then observer going back towards this way, then carry on going upwards. Then once again, carry on going upwards, then eventually you will hit another one. However, just do the exact same thing again, where you just go around it like so, and you do this to all the ones above it until you get to the very top layer like so. And then once you get to here, you can just place a block above that like so. So now what you want to do is you just want to have a repeater output going from this repeater over here, and you want to link that up to here. Now you can do this in any way, I'm just going to show you a quick way to do it. You want to place a glass block here, put a redstone repeater on top of that, a block, piece of redstone dust, then basically you can just literally spiral it down until it reaches that redstone repeater. So just keep on going until it reaches the repeater, just going this way a bit, and then maybe I can go back this way. You don't have to do exactly what you're doing, just as long as it reaches that repeater and doesn't reach anything else, then that is absolutely fine. So there we go, and there we go. Now that should be everything done now. If you are confused in any way and whatsoever, then do watch the video back, or if you're still confused about it, then let me know in the comment section below, as I will try to respond as soon as I can. So now I just have to quickly check that this is all working, and if it is all working, then I'll let you know. But now we just have to do our simple check to make sure that all the comparators are still on, and no, by the looks of things they are not. So because they are not on, all you have to do is put them back into here. Now this is only for now, do not do this every time like you use your elevator. This is literally just for now, you have to do this before you start using it, before it's finished building. So are these ones lit? Yeah, these ones are lit, so that is absolutely fine. There we go. So now what you want to do is you just want to reset this. Now you do this by literally just activating this redstone line and then destroying it, and now everything is back to normal. So now it is just time to test to see if everything works. So I'll do this and then I'll come back to you to see if it's all working. If it's not working, I'll come back to you with a fix for it. So the first fix that I found is just a little simple fix, and that is that this 4-tick delay repeater up here, that just needs to be a 1-tick delay, so change that. Also here on the second level, let me just give you this for reference. So this redstone line here, this needs to have a repeater going from here. You want to come a block up, block to the side, and then here you want that, then put a redstone repeater there. That is another fix which I have found. However, those are the only two things that I have found wrong with the door, with the elevator. I have tried everything then that you could have tried to do it, and it's all working perfectly fine. If you have any questions or if it's not working for you, then please do let me know in the comment section below. But please do let me know what exactly is going wrong, and not just put it's not working. And then what am I meant to do, as I have no clue what you're on about. You could be on about the elevator might have exploded, I don't know. Maybe it's actually turned out to be mashed potatoes. See, I have no idea. So that's why I need you to comment below exactly what it is. Anyway, so here's just a little thing of how to use it. The green button on every floor is the call button. And then basically all you have to do is type in what floor you want to go to, and bear in mind that you can decorate these blocks here, so you can have whatever blocks you want here. However, all the other blocks, so like these blocks here, they have to be terracotta. They can't be that. So let's say you wanted glass here, you can have glass here, but it would have to be terracotta on this side. So bear that in mind when decorating it. Make sure that nothing that isn't non-stickable touches the honey or the slime blocks, otherwise that will break your door. Here is your floor level. So what you can do is you can literally just have the floors here. So you would have your floor here, so you would be able to walk out your door. So yeah, if anything goes wrong, then please do let me know. Anyway, I just want to say a massive thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you sitting all the way through this. If you have any questions, then let me know. Also, I'm so sorry that this episode or video might be over 2 hours long. I think I have like 2 hours of raw footage now, so yeah, I do apologise about that, but hopefully you managed to make it through and you have a working elevator in your world now. Anyway, if you found this video helpful in any way, then please do subscribe to the channel, and it would be help so much. Also, make sure to like the video so more people can see it and more people can be helped out. Anyway, that is all from me. Stay safe, everyone.